Good evening, folks, and a very, very warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining us on DinamoTV, the official podcast of the St Albans Dinamo Football Club. My name is Tonchi Prusats. I am with you for the next 60 minutes in this very special pre-Easter edition. It is episode 13 for the year, and all in all, it's episode 51 of our popular weekly DinamoTV show. Folks, tonight we've got a massive show. I say it every week, but tonight I really mean it. I'll show you a clip of, something that was played, at the start of the year.
Well, look, it's well deserved for our club to have a brand new pitch.
Yeah.
It's something that we've been very patiently waiting for in the background. And let me just tell you that within a few months, maybe, probably by the middle of the year, we'll have some more exciting news about other things happening at this club.
Well, if that doesn't get you excited about season 2025, then yeah, that was our president on way back January the 16th on our very, very first show this year, Ilya Dragicevic, and he did mention that there was a very, very exciting announcement to be made possibly in the middle of the year. Well, that announcement, for those of you who have been watching following our social media channels, will have known that exciting announcement was made during the week, and we will be talking to our president a little bit later on. And boy, I've got a list here of about 7-8 things that we're going to be talking about. There's a lot happening at the club. And we'll be talking to Ilya a little bit later on. As well, we'll also be joined by one of the young bucks from the senior men's team, Jerome Charan. He's a first-year player, and he's only just turned 20, but he's got a very interesting story to tell. He spent 5 years, pretty much all of his teenage years, living every young footballer's dream. He lived and played football in Spain whilst attending local school as well. He's got a very interesting story to tell, and we're going to hear all about that a little bit later on in the show tonight. So, folks, don't go away. Straight after this, we've got the news desk, so hang around for DinamoTV.
The I&D Group is regarded as one of the largest deliverers of concrete structure solutions in Victoria. Formed in 1994 by Ivan and Kathy Filipovic, their passion and commitment to getting the job done safely and economically has underpinned their success in the industry. I&D partners with large-scale building and construction companies in both the private and public sectors on projects large and small. With our corporate headquarters based in South Melbourne and storage yard based in the southeast suburbs, we have at our disposal thousands of square metres of quality materials, along with state-of-the-art lifting and crane equipment, enabling us to deliver the largest projects. We are committed to delivering high-quality projects by partnering with our clients and collaborating with project suppliers to ensure each job is delivered to exceed expectations. From humble beginnings, I&D now employs more than 1,200 dedicated professional and support staff, involved in a number of landmark projects right across Victoria. The I&D Group is a massive supporter of the Croatian community, backed soccer clubs in Victoria, and is proud to be the major sponsor of the St Albans Dinamo Football Club in 2024.
Welcome back to DinamoTV. It's time for the news desk. Well, as far as the senior men's team is concerned, there's not a lot to be happy about. And number 10 seems to be the order of the day. It was round 10. We find ourselves in 10th position. Oops, sorry, that's the wrong thing. We're in 9th position. That's Dandenong City. We're in 9th position after 10 games played. 10 points, which is exactly the same as our sister club, Dandenong City, but we've got a slightly better goal difference. On the weekend, well, the result that we didn't really want. At home, we needed to beat Green Gully, and we ended up losing 1-2. What do you do? What do you say? But there was one positive that came out of round 10 for Dinamo, and that's Joey Monek made it to the team of the week. Well done to Joey. So congratulations to him. Like, he put in a hard effort, good effort in what was otherwise a disappointing result. We move on. What about the rest of the teams? Well, not much better, I'm afraid. The seniors lost 2-3. The 23s lost 7-0 to a very, very strong Green Gully. The 19s, well, they didn't lose. That's because they didn't play. They had a bye. Berkey's team will be in action this weekend. Then we had the final round of the gradings for the junior boys NPL. And unfortunately, the 14s lost, the 15s lost, and the 16s lost, but the 17s did well. And they drew against Avondale FC, a pretty strong unit there, that's for sure. Now, the league takes a break this week, which is probably a good thing for the Easter weekend, of course. But all the attention now focuses on the Hahn Australia Cup Round 4 fixture. And that's going to be held this Saturday, on Holy Saturday. At Churchill Reserve, the game will be played on pitch 3. First pitch is still not 100% ready. It will be very, very soon. And after Easter, we expect that all the action will return on the main pitch. Dinamo take on the very in-form and the goal-hungry Heidelberg United. A tough game, but look, anything is possible in cup football. Remember, just a reminder, it is an earlier kickoff time of 1 p.m. Earlier kickoff time. And I'm told the reason for that is because of the poor lighting, I guess, on pitch 3. In case the game goes into extra time and does go into penalties, then the lighting would be a bit of an issue on that pitch. I think it's more the case that we're a very good Christian club. We've got a lot of Christian players playing for us. And we celebrate Easter, and we get a chance to finish early, and everyone then is able to head off to Holy Saturday church services wherever they usually go to. We'll talk about Easter a bit later on. We'll be talking about Easter and many other topics with our club president, Ilya Dragicevic, who at the moment is in a very, very important function. And he'll be coming out of that function any minute now, and he'll be joining us very, very shortly. Now, on the weekend, we had the I&D Gala Night, Gala Day played on the weekend. And we've got some highlights from that. We had a number of junior teams from... we had a heap of junior teams from all the Croatian-backed community clubs. Of course, Dinamo, Melbourne Knights, Dandenong City, FC Strathmore, and of course the North Geelong Warriors as well. Beautiful day, very, very sunny, maybe a little bit too hot even for some of these young footballers, but excellent crowds. We have an interesting statistic brought to us by our secretary, Christina. She says there was something like 406 chavapi rolls and 470 buckets of chips sold throughout the day. Not to mention the copious amounts of beer and soft drinks and bottles of water as well to quench your thirst. Thank you to all of our volunteers.
Say hello.
There's Shima. Shima's saying hello. Thank you to all of our volunteers, to all of our young players, the parents, the coaches, officials, and everyone that did turn up. We really, really thank you for making our traditional pre-season Juniors Day another success, a huge success, and it truly is great to see the large number of kids having an absolute ball, literally, pardon the pun. Alrighty, so we're moving along to upcoming social events, and look, what better way than to kick off the Easter long weekend than with burgers, chips, and football. Unless, of course, you're like me and you've given up meat for Lent. You can't have meat, but you can have chips. There's nothing wrong with that. Burger and chips, they're only $20 each. Tomorrow night from 6 p.m., where the club tells me we're expecting to sell over 300 burgers tomorrow night. All the proceeds from the burger night will be donated to the Perinuts family. 1-year-old Nico has been diagnosed with a rare brain cancer and will need to travel to the United States for treatment. Your donation, folks, will help Nico and his family during this difficult time. On the same evening, our sister club FC Strathmore Split will be taking on Ballarat City in their Round 4 Hahn Australia Cup clash at Churchill Reserve. Tough game for Split as they take on the second-placed State League One side, Ballarat City. And that game kicks off at 7:45 p.m. And thank you to everyone involved at FC Strathmore Split for supporting this cause. Really appreciate it. Now, after Easter, in fact, next month, we've got the Mother's Day Buffet Night. That's happening on Thursday, the 8th of May from 7 p.m. All you can eat, live music there provided by Grupa Accord. Bookings are essential, folks. The tickets cost $35 for adults. Kids under the age of 16 pay $20, while those under the age of 10, they only have to pay $13. Message Anna on 0401303100 to book. And as I said before, bookings are essential. It's very important that you do book. What else is happening? Yes, the Dinamo camp. That's coming to Melbourne. Hurry, folks, because there isn't much spaces left. It is capped at a certain number, and we'll find out a little bit more about this when we do speak to Ilya a little bit later on. It's a 5-day training camp. Players aged from 8 to 18 are asked to come along, boys and girls, and there will be a 5-member Dinamo Zagreb Academy coaching team led by former Melbourne Victory goalkeeper Ivan Kelava, who will also be the goalkeeping coach at this academy. Cost is just $500 or $100 a day, works out to, for per child. Registrations are now open, and all the details are on that jot form there. If you haven't got a pen and paper handy, or you haven't got a phone that you can take a snapshot of that address, go to our Facebook page and you can get all the details there. And also, you can click on that link immediately. The 50th Gala Night, save this date. It's on the 12th of July, on Saturday, the 12th of July. And this will be held at the Croatian Catholic Centre in Sunshine. Major Minor will be the big entertainment act. Special guest will be Ivan Novosel from the Zaprešić boys. And, of course, all the Dinamo Zagreb coaches. And who knows? Now that Zvonimir Boban, the legend that is Zvonimir Boban, is back at Dinamo Zagreb and he officially starts in his role on the 1st of June, could there be a possibility that we may get Zvone Boban down under? Well, that's something that we might have to ask our president very, very shortly. Last but not least, we've got the memorabilia appeal. It's still happening. It's still going ahead. As we spoke to Danny Jutrisha just last week, we are looking for any memorabilia, any old photographs, any Guernseys, anything like that that might be of worth, of value. We certainly want to have that collected. So contact us at the club. All you need to do is basically scan it or take it down to the club and organise it with the folks in the book subcommittee, and they will organise everything. Not much else that you need to do. All right, folks, we're going to take a break, and when we return on DinamoTV, it'll be time for our first guest. Don't go away. Welcome back to DinamoTV, and it's time now for our next guest here on the show. He's a young fella who's making waves in the senior team. He's been getting quite a fair bit of regular game time, and he's got a whole career ahead of him and it's an absolute pleasure to welcome Jerome Charan to the Dinamo TV show. How are you, Jerome? Nice to have you on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, absolute pleasure to have you at the club. First year at Dinamo. How are you finding it?
Yeah, really good actually. Yeah, I've been here for about 6-7 months. Yeah, finding it easy to adapt. Having the players around me, yeah, it's been a good help.
Yeah, now you've like I said, you've broken into the senior team. You've been getting quite a fair bit of minutes there. Obviously, the team not doing too well in recent weeks, but it's been a sort of a topsy-turvy year. We've had some really good results. Then we've had some not so good results in the last couple of weeks. But behind the scenes, how are things going with the players, the coach, everything in the dressing room?
Yeah, all good. We all have confidence in each other. Yeah, we understand it's pretty obvious that it's a bit of a slope right now, but yeah, we all back each other. We know that good times are going to come. Just got to keep working hard and stay persistent.
Yeah, we often hear that from players, from coaches. Yeah, things aren't going too well. We need to work hard, and I guess we're not privy to all that. We don't see what happens in the dressing rooms, training track, and what you're not. But what's maybe some of the things that the coaching staff are trying to employ at the moment, just to change things around? Well, obviously, without giving away too much secrets, but like what is it? Motivation? Is it working on confidence? Is it back to basics and mastering the fundamentals? How's the team sort of moving towards changing the fortunes?
I'd say mainly it's confidence in ourselves and consistency. We just have to stay consistent. We're doing some things well. Just have to obviously finish our chances. But yeah, confidence.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that really probably provides a lot of hope, I guess, with us supporters, is the fact that we do have a good team, and it was evident by some of the results early in the season. And the players are there, the depth is there. It's just something is missing, and it's that confidence, as you just mentioned. So hopefully things can turn around very, very shortly. We've got I guess we've got the Doherty Cup, or the Australia Cup, coming up. Big game that against Heidelberg. I think it is a very tough one too.
Yeah, it will be a tough game. Every game's the same for us. We aim to win, whether it's a cup or league. But yeah, we're going to give our best and try our hardest.
Yeah. And let's turning our attention to you. How have you found the change to senior football, and how have you how are you coping with the pace, the aggressiveness, the aggressive nature of NPL Victoria football?
Yeah. So what I noticed is there's a big difference, big jump in pace of the game, physicality. I grew up in Spain with it's a lot more technical and stuff over there, but the jump to senior football, I was warned that it was going to be a lot more physical, a lot faster. You have to adapt quickly, and yeah, I've noticed that, and yeah, I'm finding it easier to adapt with the players around me, the senior experience. Cam and Billy as well, they help me a lot. They both play professionally, so they know what it's like. So having all the boys around me, it really helps to adapt.
Yeah. Now, look, you mentioned Spain. Now, what an exciting story. We're talking a little bit off air about all that. You spent 5 years. You grew up there.
Yeah.
So how did that first come about, and how old were you when you first moved over there?
I was 14. I was playing for Sunshine George Cross.
Mm-hmm.
We had a tournament over in Spain and in England. We had a couple games over there, and I got picked up by a scout over there who works at Escuela Huesca. And yeah, I just from 14 made the journey over there at Escuela Huesca. I was there for 5 years till I was 19.
Yep.
Living up there by myself, adapting to the lifestyle, football, everything. Yeah, I had some stints at Real Zaragoza as well. I was training with them, with the youth academy. Yeah, it was good. At the start, it was hard to adapt, but it took some time.
Yeah. So obviously you're not Spanish background, are you?
No.
So what nationality are you? What's Charan?
My dad is from Fiji and mom is just Aussie.
Oh, fantastic. So obviously, you would have learnt a bit of Spanish. You would have gone to school there. How was that? Initially and later on, once you got settled.
Yeah, at the start they kind of threw me in the deep end. They just sent me to a school there, Spanish speaking school. Like nobody pretty much spoke English.
Wow.
I just got thrown in the deep end. So it was kind of like you have to learn. There's no other option. So for the first like 6 7 months, I was finding it really hard. But yeah, later on, learn the language. Took me about a year and a half to speak fluent. Um, but yeah, towards the early stages, it was pretty hard.
Okay, let's go back to when you got identified. So you were over there with George Cross playing a tournament. The kids these days get so lucky to get the opportunity to do that. And a scout found you. So he's obviously approached what the club. He's approached the coach. What happened then? How was the news broken to you?
Obviously, my dad just. I'm pretty sure he contacted my dad.
Uh huh.
Yeah, my dad sat me down. He's like, "Is this something you want to do?" Yeah, without a second thought, I knew I wanted to just be a footballer, like, dedicated my life to it. So I was like, "Yep," just didn't look behind.
And you're what, 13, 14 at the time?
I was 13 at the time, and then I made the move officially when I was 14.
Wow, that's incredible. I'm really intrigued by all this. Now, so you've decided, okay, yep, you want to go over there. You've got the blessing of your parents, of course. What
Yeah.
happened then? Did mum or dad or both go over there with you? Did they stay for a little bit, or were you, on your own right from the outset?
Nah, so they when I first moved over there, they came with me for I think it was about a week and a
Hmm.
half. So both of them were with me, and then yeah, they came back, and I was up there by myself. 14, I was living in a residence.
Hmm.
So the club they had like a connection with the residents up there, and most of the players there's players from all around the world, America, Greece, yeah, you name it. There's people from everywhere, and yeah, it was pretty much like a residence full of football players, and we'd train like 2 3 times a day, uh,
Wow.
eat together, dinner, everything.
Incredible, incredible! What a fascinating story. Like this is really interesting. We are talking with first year St Albans Dinamo senior men's team player Jerome Charon. Jerome, so let's well, yeah, those you said that the first, I suppose, year and a half before you started speaking the language fluently, the first 6 months or so were really, really difficult. Was it lonely? Did you feel homesick? Did you entertain the thought of, nah, this is not what I want to do. I want to go back to Australia with my family, but to be with my family and friends.
No, I don't think I had a thought of going back. I knew I was there for one reason only, which is to improve on my football and yeah, really dedicate my life to it. Um, yeah, it was really difficult for the first 6 months. I did feel lonely at times, but I did have people in the residence as well who were sort of in the same situation. They were a bit older, like 16, 17. Um, so I was one of the younger boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were all pretty helpful in the residence. But at school, yeah, I didn't really have anybody, so it was very lonely.
Well, I guess this is a good a time to sort of mention, obviously, the Dinamo Zagreb academy that's coming to Melbourne in July. There's not many spots left, so we do want to we implore you to jump on board very, very quickly and sign up for this, because this is an opportunity where will be scouts, there will be coaches from Zagreb, and one of the opportunities at this camp is the potential to be identified and invited to go to Dinamo Zagreb's very, very famous junior program in Zagreb. So the cost there is just $500 per child for the 5 day camp. That's July 7th to the 11th. And we do ask that you do sign up as quickly as possible, because I think the cutoff date is May the 3, so that the tailor-made kits can be made. But Jerome, this is really, really, really interesting. So you've spent 5 years, you got there and you decided, okay, the next step now is obviously to start seeking senior football at that stage. Yeah, looking back at those 5 or 6 years you spent there, how much was it? How much did it play a part in you developing as a footballer, but also as your own independent person?
Yeah, obviously, growing up by yourself without mom, dad, like pretty much left my friends here, left everything, sacrificed everything. Obviously played a big part in the man I am today, on and off the pitch. I'd say on the pitch, it helped a lot in terms of developing into a better football player, learning a different whole style of football. Because Spanish, yeah, a lot more technical, 1-2s, everything like that. But yeah,
Yeah, fascinating. And now you're at Dinamo. I mean, what an incredible story! What an incredible, I guess, path you've led. And you've just turned 20. So was it in February you just turned 20? So no more teenager now. Now you're a fully fledged man.
yeah.
Obviously, you're broken into the senior team. Before we talk about like what awaits you, what's further down the track, what would be your words of advice to the many Mali, Plavi, the junior boys, junior girls, Dinamovci, and indeed any young player watching this show?
Yeah, obviously, if you have a dream, go chase it. Um, and most importantly, never give up. Don't listen to anybody if they try to talk you down or talk you out of it. You do what you want and follow your dreams and your heart.
Absolutely fantastic. I tell you what, I think you need to get up and talk in front of all the senior players there, because I think you're very inspirational just listening to you, let alone in the dressing room. Are you kind of considered one of the young ones, one of the juniors there, or have the particularly the older players have you they really take you on board, really accept you as one of the team?
Yeah, I'd say the older players, they've accepted me as part of the team. Obviously, still a new face to the
Yeah.
club. So, and still, obviously, I still am a younger player compared to the other boys. So yeah, got to do duties, fill the bottles and stuff.
Yeah. Is it much different to what you experienced in Spain? Like, is there more of a hierarchy with the experienced players or the older players, and the junior players, a lot more kind of seen as the apprentices and doing all the dirty jobs? Is that sort of a lot different or very similar in Spain, like what you've experienced here at Dinamo?
I'd say it's pretty similar worldwide. Everywhere has, it's obviously a hierarchy. The more experienced players, they're the ones that they're at top.
Yeah.
The newer players obviously have to work their way up.
Yeah, mate, fantastic. Thank you so much for spending some time on DinamoTV and passing on your pearls of wisdom, I guess, your experience. And hard to believe you've just turned 20 and have experienced all that. Mate, we wish you all the very best, starting with the cup game against Heidelberg this Saturday at Churchill Reserve. Kickoff is at 1 p.m, the earlier time, which will allow everyone to finish up and get to nightly church services. We wish you, mate, all the very, very best. And thank you once again for jumping on DinamoTV.
Thank you so much for having me.
Good on you. Jerome Charon from the senior men's team, and boy, what an inspirational story by the young lad. All right, folks, we're going to take a very short break, and when we return, it will be time to wrap up DinamoTV ahead of the coming Easter weekend. Folks, don't go away. You are watching DinamoTV.
Westar Prestige is a proud family-owned second-generation business servicing Victorian motorists for more than 50 years. We are a specialist prestige collision repair facility situated in the western suburbs of Melbourne. However, we service all regions of Victoria, with many of our clients travelling not only from around Melbourne, but all of Victoria to use our services. We are also able to provide a digital platform for quoting clients' vehicles who are unable to personally attend our premises. We are an authorised manufacturer approved repair facility for Mercedes-Benz, Tesla, Peugeot and Suzuki, and are proud of our ongoing affiliation with these brands. We also work closely with several of Australia's largest insurance brands who entrust us to be a part of their preferred repairer network. Our client support staff are always happy to assist clients from the initial process of lodging claims through to the final stages of collection of the vehicle on completion of repairs and post-repair. So remember, for all your prestige collision repair needs, consider Westar Prestige, an award-winning, long-standing Australian-owned business.
Welcome back to DinamoTV. And as you saw that interview with young Jerome Charon, it was actually pre-recorded, and we thought that it was going to be our second interview tonight because we're just crossing over to our president now, who's coming to us via telephone, and we've got him on loudspeaker. Ilya, welcome to DinamoTV. How are you?
Good, thank you, Tonchi. Welcome all listeners to DinamoTV.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure having you. Now, we played that clip a little bit earlier in the show, and where you suggested, or you are actually not suggested, you actually said that by the middle of the year you're going to have a massive announcement to be made. But that was a big announcement. We'll talk about that major announcement during the week. Go ahead. Tell us a little bit more about that major announcement.
Well, as everyone knows now on our socials and on Saturday afternoon, Daniel Molino visited our club, and this is something that's been discussed and spoken about and looked at and reviewed and over many months now. And like I said early in the year, it was already had the ball rolling on these discussions and what this would look like and how this could possibly come and happen at our club. So over those last good 6-7 months, I think the club has shown that we are growing. We are at capacity now with our juniors, and our facilities really need an upgrade. And people have seen this. People have visited our club. We know at our club, and our parents and our children know that we're due for an upgrade, and we really need this to take our club to another level. So this has been in the pipeworks for a long time. Daniel's come on Saturday, made the announcement. $3.5 million. There are provisions there, but we're really hopeful that this is the beginning of something to happen at our club, the beginning of possibilities of us, improving our facilities and improving our club overall, and presenting it in an awesome way with 8 new changing rooms, a small-sided synthetic pitch for the little ones that start from 7, 8, 9s, and 10s.
And where would that be, Ilya? Where sort of in the top corner of the complex?
Behind pitch 3. There's an area there. We're talking about maybe 25 metres by 50 metres.
Yep.
And it sort of suits that area. It suits our club. Just having those space for those kids particularly,
mm-hmm.
and it is that size pitch is perfect for that age group. So they'd have something, and it gives us that possibility of training every night of the week at our club.
Yeah.
Which now is not possible.
How exciting! That is absolutely exciting. 8 change rooms, including 2 major ones or match day ones, as you say.
Yeah, and 2 women specific, which is another big part of our club, a growing part of our club, and a part of our club that's probably grown in the last 4 to 5 years at probably 400 to 500%.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of this redevelopment.
That is absolutely fantastic. Now, obviously, Dinamo sits in Fraser, the federal electorate of Fraser, which is quite a safe Labor seat. But look, the Liberals apparently have also pledged, so either way we'll be getting something.
Yes, we've had discussions with them also. So, look, it's a good thing. We're in a good place. We've got really good relationships with council. And to think, 12 months ago, 18 months ago, we started to dream by doing this master plan. We presented that to our members and to our parents at presentation night in 2022. And, after that also. And they were the start of our dreams, as in bringing this club up to another level. And now we can see that, with the help of council, they've been a big part of this. With the help of governance, and depending who it is, Labor or Liberal, we do have support from both members, and it's a good thing for our club because we will be doing upgrades and we will be doing things at our club.
That's coupled with everything that's happened over the last 12 months in particular. It's just absolutely exciting times for the club, for everyone associated with the club. And you can clearly see so much work is going on behind the scenes. And I think on behalf of all the members and just indeed the supporters, Victorian football supporters, thank you to you and your team for doing such a great job. And, once upon a time, people used to, opposing fans used to hate coming to Dinamo. But now, I mean, they absolutely love it and they have a great time. And this is going to make it even better. Now,
well, just to give you a stat, Torchy, and I don't know how long we're going to keep harping on about the Crow tournament in September. And I guess, we're still very, very proud of what we put on as a club and what we showed as a community that, what Dinamo could do. So forever and ever, people are going to get sick of us talking about this, but we're never going to get sick of it. Our club now on match day, we're talking about 100 to 200 people extra every home game now. And that's something that, we didn't focus. I think it's just happened naturally with the good space that the club's at. And you can see it. The numbers are greater. And now when we get our new pitch, which is looking fantastic at the moment, we really hope, we've got, I think, 9 out of 12 home games. Out of the second part of the year, we've got 9 home games to play, which is going to be unreal on that new pitch.
Yeah.
We're really looking forward to that and seeing people down at the club.
And hopefully we'll have a good run home like we did last year on our home turf where it really became a fortress, that's for sure. There's so much going on. Look, before we look at what is about to happen, let's have a look at what has happened. And the I&D Cup last week, the I&D Gala night, that was a day. It's great to see so many people. Christina showed us a little snapshot of how many Cavapa rolls and buckets of chips were sold. I think it was something like 400 or something like 406 Cavapa rolls, 470 buckets of chips. But more importantly, it's once again great to see the Croatian community spirit, young, old, older generation, younger generation, third generation, all coming together, really enjoying the day. It was just absolutely fantastic, wasn't it?
It was an amazing day. The weather was awesome to us. We again prepared ourselves to host and to welcome people to our club. And we did an awesome job, I thought. The guys on the barbecues, the guys behind the bar, the marshals, the refs, just putting all those games on for all those kids. And I keep saying this, Taunchy, that these are the days and the memories that the kids will carry, for a long time. And when they grow older, they'll remember those days. Because I remember my tournaments, me playing against the North Geelongs, the Dinamos, the Dandies. I remember those days still today because they were awesome days for kids growing up and for the community. And it's good to see that, last week we were at Dandy City. They put on an awesome girls tournament. They were fantastic. I've been to 2 nights games now, and the improvement that they've done around their club and the atmosphere that you're coming there on a Friday night. It's our community. It's wonderful. We are in a really good space at the moment, our community. And North Geelong's Festa, I was also there. They put an awesome day on. So I think right now our community is in a great, great spot, and we can only improve that by supporting each other.
Absolutely, and I think a lot of it has to do to this. Has to be credited to the success of last year's tournament. There we go again. We'll harp on about it, and I think we've got every right to be honest. Let's move along to what awaits us. We've got the golf club day, the Dinamo Golf Day happening. Very, very well this Sunday. No, Sunday week. Sorry, Sunday week. Yeah, tell us more about it.
Okay, so we've done this in the past. We have done a Dinamo Golf Day previously, and this year we're doing it on the 27th of April. So the seniors play Preston on Friday night, which is Anzac Day public holiday. Mm-hmm. So we thought we'd take the opportunity, put a golf day on, and then everyone that plays golf comes back to Dinamo and has lunch there. It's all part of playing golf that day. But on top of that, the club will also be putting on lamb on the spit, and lunch will be available for people that haven't played golf and people that want to come down and have lunch. We'll put some music on and make a day of it, including the people that have played golf. They'll join the club at about 1:30, and lunch will probably be starting at 1 o'clock for the guys that haven't played golf.
All the information is there on your screen, folks. It's Sunday, 27th of April at Mount Derrimut Golf Club, 7 a.m. tee off. Teams of 4, Ambrose, and it's $150 per player, which includes green fees, polo shirt, last man standing ticket, and, of course, lunch at Dinamo. Now, it's limited to 80 spots, so do message Mark Vidakovic or Sharky to book. His number is there on the screen, 0407 107 518. Now, a little bit, closer to today is the burger night, in fact, that's going to happen on tomorrow. We talked about this in the news desk, but from 6 p.m., burger and chips only for $20, and all the proceeds go to the Perinats family, whose 1-year-old son, Nico, has been diagnosed with a rare brain cancer. What a tragedy, and what an awful thing to happen for any parent. But the community support for the Perinats family has been absolutely outstanding, hasn't it, Ilya?
Yeah, look, I received a phone call today from Shimon, and Shimon's a member of our club for many, many years. I remember him back in his 15, 16 when I was playing seniors. He also played at Strathmore, so it is fitting that Strathmore and Dinamo is going to, support the cause tomorrow night, and we look for all our members and people in the community to come down, show your support. Shimon did say to me that he will try and make it there. They are like on 24-hour watch between him and his wife in hospital. And I said to him, look, it doesn't matter if he's there or not. If he can make it, it's great. If he can't, the community will still go behind him and his family and his wife, and hopefully for Nico. He has a journey to, overseas and gets better very soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Mother's Day buffet, that's happening on Thursday, 8th of May.
Yeah, just another buffet, Tonch.
We love our food at Dinamo, don't we?
We're opening our doors once again to the community. We're asking for everyone to come down, have a night, bring your mums, just to have a light dinner. I know everyone will be busy on the weekend, but we sort of do it midweek to give ourselves a chance to, bring mum in one more time, because they all deserve at least two dinners that week. Yeah,
and I think mums, all mums are the same. Mums, wives, girlfriends. When someone else makes dinner for them, it all tastes all the much better, and they always look forward to. It's like winning Tad's Lotto or something like that, having someone cook for them. So, gents, daughters, sons, make sure to look after your mum, your wife. And bring her down to the Dinamo buffet night, the Mother's Day buffet night. We'll pop it up on screen again just for all the information there. You got a message, Anna, on 0404 303 100. Bookings are essential. Adults are $35 the tickets. Kids under 16, $20, and kids under the age of 10, $15. All the information is there on the screen. Now, let's turn our attention to our 50th anniversary, Ilya, and let's first of all talk about the gala night, Saturday, 12th of July. Tickets are selling like crazy at the moment, but there is a limit as to how many people we can accommodate comfortably in the Catholic Centre.
Yeah, so look, we're right, knee deep into that. The working committee is doing an awesome job. They're looking at all the different possibilities of making this an amazing night. Last count, I believe, 500 plus tickets sold. We will be capping it at 700. We need the last quarter of the hall to set up our memorabilia stands, just so much on offer that night, viewing. So we want to use the hall, to showcase all the things of the past. So that is definitely expect it to sell out probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks because we're well into 500. And I know just speaking to people telling me, oh, yeah, I've got a call. So please don't wait. We won't be able to take more than that because we really do need the last quarter of the hall to set up things for the night that are going to, make the experience so much better.
All the information, folks, is there on the screen. $120 per person. You can get tables of 10, three-course meal, major minor providing the entertainment. And you never know. Ivan Novosel from the Zaplesic boys may well just get up and sing a song impromptu. And the big question, I guess, Ilya, is now that the legendary Zvonimir Boban is back at Dinamo, or expected to be back officially as of the 1st of June, we've got Johnny Biloš, our vice president, currently over in Croatia, talking to the guys from Dinamo. What are the chances of getting Zvonimir Boban down under? How good would that be?
Well, knowing the way Johnny thinks, I wouldn't put it past him, and I'm sure he would have asked someone there if it was a possibility. But, well, we're all happy to see Zvona come back to Dinamo. He's a big part of why I started barracking for Dinamo and why I supported Dinamo as a kid. So it's awesome to have him back at the club.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic news, that is, that's for sure. And last but certainly not least, let's talk about the Dinamo camp, the Dinamo Zagreb camp. Speaking of Dinamo Zagreb, 5 trainers, including Ivan Kelava from formerly of Melbourne Victory, well known around our club. They will be coming down for a 5-day camp, 7th to the 11th of July. And gosh, back when you were playing, when I was playing, if we had something like this, mate, oh wow, we would have been jumping at it. And tickets have been selling well, but there's still a limited amount of tickets left, isn't there?
Look, there is, quite a. With I think we're over 100, and we're going to cap that also. But the key to this is that these are specific uniforms, specific sizes to every child. So we've got to get an order in. Give ourselves enough time to get all this gear under wraps, get the right stuff, and give these kids the right gear at this camp. And it is an amazing opportunity, and it will be an amazing experience for these children to remember. And it is a big thing for our club that we're doing this. Look, it's my 11th year in the committee, and 11 years ago, did I think we're one day going to bring out Dinamo Zagreb? It was probably mentioned, but realistically, I didn't think, maybe, we're going to be able to even afford it. But the way things have turned over the last few years, and the club being in a great position, we're really wanting to, try this. We don't know, when it could happen again, maybe next year or 2 years or 3 years.
Yeah.
But it is a big thing, and the club is committed to doing this and making this right. So we want to do all the right things. So we just ask for people to get in early so we can make an awesome experience for the kids.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. On that note, thank you so much once again for joining us tonight. You're very, very busy, from meetings to functions to all sorts of things. So we know your time is very, very valuable, and we do appreciate you coming back after 3 months on DinamoTV. Today we weren't able to have you in person, but we've got you your dulcet tones coming across, and it's always a pleasure chatting to you, Ilya.
Thanks, Torji. Keep up the great work. And I just want to say an awesome work to all our volunteers at our club who do such an amazing job. The mums and dads, they are the blue crew as we know them. Forever they will be the blue crew from the tourney. And they just keep delivering on a weekly basis at our club. They're doing amazing things and always ready to help. And we saw that on the weekend, and a big cheerio to them.
Yeah,
and all the other listeners around Melbourne and Australia. See you at Dinamo soon. Happy Easter to all of you. Safe travels to whoever's travelling, and see you all soon.
Happy and blessed Easter to you too, Ilya. All the very, very best, and we'll see you as well.
Thanks, mate.
That was Ilya Dragicevic, the president of DinamoTV, and lots of information to take in, lots happening at the club. Folks, it is time to start winding up. We're going to take a short commercial break, and when we return, it will be time to say good night from all of us at Dynamo TV. Don't go away. The farewell is coming up. And welcome back to Dynamo TV, and thank you for being a part of Dynamo TV tonight. Wishing you all a very, very happy Easter. Hope to see you on Saturday at Churchill Reserve for the Australia Cup clash. Dynamo taking on Heidelberg. Remember, it's at 1 p.m, a little bit early on. And do have a safe and happy and blessed Easter above all. Once again, thank you for joining us. We will see you next week, next Wednesday night at 8 p.m. for another episode of Dynamo TV. Good night.